Not that I know what that feeling is, but we can start right now.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
It's our 101st episode.
Yep.
How's your week been?
Good. Busy. Busy. Some late night. Well, not late, but late for me.
I had my doctor's appointment
You
on
did?
Monday. Yeah. She didn't fondle me this time.
That's good.
That was good. Yep.
Now that makes you very uncomfortable.
It does. And especially because last time she like accused me of having jock itch. And went ahead and prescribed me some jock itch cream that I never picked up because I'm a bigger man of size. I've got thick thighs. It's hot. I've been
That's exactly
exercising.
what causes that.
But no, this is due to friction.
Yeah,
jock itch.
I understand.
Jock itch is because you're not
moisture.
cleaning.
No, it does. No, it's
That's
moisture.
the only time I ever got it, when I was in the field.
Okay. You're thicker now than you were then.
Much.
So moisture causes.
Because it's getting hot.
Yeah.
It's swamp ball.
It's not. It doesn't mean you're gross. It just means there was some friction and some moisture. That's all.
I thought she was implying that there was bacterial.
No, it's fungal, but it's caused by moisture.
Okay, fungal, bacterial.
It doesn't mean anything bad.
Well, that's how I took it.
I
never picked that
understand.
shit up, and I've been washing my balls extra good with the other side of the rag. That's what they should make, a rag that's like two different colors. You know, like a dark side and a light side. That way, you use the light side for like your face and your chest or something, and then use the dark side of the hand towel, for your genitalias and your buttholes.
Okay.
That's a good idea. If that's not already out there, okay. I don't know, just going off on a tangent. So yeah, I went back and now they're gonna give me a CT scan whenever the fuck that gets approved.
Yeah, the insurance on Monday and see where they're at with that.
Cujo's outside the door.
She is.
Should I let her in?
Sure.
Okay. Yay, you didn't bring your ball. You don't have shoes to eat this time. Oh, she's coming after me.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. She doesn't do this when I do my solo cast.
No?
She just lays in here and lays by the door and just goes to sleep.
It's because we're talking to each other and not to her.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to her when...
Well, but it's still just you, so she's not competing.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, and then... Oh, that kind of hurt. Yeah. So hopefully the CT scan comes through. And
yes. And we'll figure out what is actually wrong with
maybe another hernia. You know what's weird? There's a comedian, Ivy Hush. There's a comedian that I follow named Naeem Ali. And he's talked about this before. He's like, feels like my testicles come up and I gotta push them down. I've had the same fucking thing. I've been talking to you about this shit for years. And yeah, and they initially were calling it a sports hernia. And that, it worked just fine. Then when they were calling it that and I rested. She bit my fucking foot. No. Oh, I was yelling it, so I don't think anything's going to come through on the microphone, but that was not cool, dog.
She just bit him really hard.
My fuck.
He does that shit to me every time.
Okay. God. All right. Back on track.
Okay, so anyways, he's calling it, when they called it a sports hernia and you rested, it worked fine, but you were thinner then.
Yeah. And I've had 2 other hernias.
Yeah.
I think those were weaker areas, and that's why those ones went first. And then since those are repaired now with fucking steel mesh, I'm kind of bulletproof.
My God.
I don't want to test it out, but I'm a little bit more bulletproof than the average man. I've got mesh in there.
It's just mesh. It doesn't.
Yeah, but it slows down fractures,
No.
bullets when they're spinning. It slows them down a little bit.
Anyways.
Yeah. God, you got me talking about bullet. So now I think it has finally gone down this way, and that's what's causing the issue.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
You're just a nurse.
Tried to discuss this with you, and I have no idea. It sounds like a hernia. I don't know. That's why you need the CT scan.
Yeah. But it's weird too because this was going on the same time the other ones were going on.
But you didn't notice them as much.
But that's just always been going on.
Right.
So I would talk about that. I've
See, that's
talked about that every single time.
I know.
Excuse me.
And when you went in for your second hernia surgery, I asked the doctor, I was like, hey, he's still complaining of this. So while you're in there, can you do some looking around and make sure, like repair it all while you're in there? And he said he looked and there was nothing.
I think he's bullshitting because why is he going to do extra if he's not getting paid? That's extra.
He would get paid. It would
Yeah,
be a
I mean-
longer surgery. It would be an extra. Like he would get paid. He said he looked. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Okay. Well, I think he forgot.
He did. Anyways,
It's been the same doctor twice.
I know.
You think he would have caught it?
That's why I asked him to look around in there.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe because of the way they were doing your surgery and where the location was, there wasn't really much he could.
You think my big old dick was getting in the way?
I think they were in the wrong spot to look around.
Let's go straight on to our topics then,
Okay.
since we had wonderful weeks. The word giraffe is a relatively new term
What's relatively new?
because before the 1600s, which
Oh,
was like Middle
okay.
Ages, I would assume. No, 1600s. That was like Spanish conquistadors.
I have no idea.
Isn't that one? I hope I nailed that. Anyway, Ivy, you are a fucking menace, dog. I don't want you to answer me. They were, before the 1600s, they were known as camel leopards.
Camel leopard.
Yeah, and I think that is a way more fitting name. I don't know why we ever changed it to giraffe. Giraffe sounds French.
It probably is. Probably whoever
French Foreign Legion in Africa
named them.
doing their fucking genocidal bullshit. And then they like, oh, but we're innocent when we get attacked. Do France. Anyway, yeah.
Camel leopard.
That is so much better
But they
than
don't
fucking
have
giraffe.
humps on their back.
I mean, they kind of do. If their neck wasn't so damn long, probably be a hump there.
They're so pretty.
They are. Really?
And I love that their tongue is like purple.
And ginormous.
Yes. They're fun to feed.
They're probably my favorite thing at the zoo
Yeah.
because like they're normally where not a whole lot like stinks.
Yeah.
The wide open area kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes elevated, that way you can feed them.
Yeah.
So you're high above the stink. So yeah, I like the giraffes or the camel leopards. Sorry. I'm going to start
Camel
calling them camel leopards. I'm bringing it back. Camel leopards.
Okay.
And it helped me pronounce my words
Okay.
more better. We're going to stay with the
Really?
animal. What?
Really cute though.
They're cool.
Yeah.
You seen them fight? It's fucking
Yeah.
wicked. They just swing their fucking heads around, like hitting each other in the dick.
I don't like seeing it.
Ugh. Yeah. I feel like I've been walking around, been hitting the balls constantly. That's what this feels like. Yeah. It sucks. That's why I drink.
Oh,
I
Lord.
self-medicate.
That's why.
I mean, it's
Okay.
one of the reasons.
Okay. Here we go.
What? I'm not in denial. Speaking of denial, crocodiles do not age like us. You like this? It worked, though. They die from hunger or disease, not old age. Get the fuck out of here.
Because they just they're dinosaurs. They
So
could
dinosaurs
live
don't-
forever.
Okay. Well, the dinosaurs died.
Okay, that was mass extinction, but
They didn't go down.
I'm just saying.
Neither did
There's-
sharks.
True.
Sharks are dinosaurs.
So we're saying water was protective.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole Earth was water at one point. That was why we have oceans from billions of years of rain.
So,
Back to crocodile.
yeah.
Why aren't we studying that for like I mean, people are looking for the cure to old age constantly, right? Like there's that one weird dude who's spending millions
Oh, yeah.
and he's like,
We watched
cure-
that whole
yeah,
thing.
he's Mormon, you know that? Yeah. Which is weird because
add
they're waiting
fuel
for
to
the
your-
end. They're waiting for the end of the world. This guy's like wanting to live forever. But anyway, yeah,
He was Mormon.
he
He's not.
He is probably. I don't know. I don't remember much of it, but yeah, he was a weird dude. Um, but where was I going with that?
Oh, you said why?
Yeah, why aren't
Why
they
are we
studying
studying?
crocodiles?
Right.
Like I wouldn't be so upset if I heard about a crocodile farm that are like crocodiles are getting tested on to help us with our aging or whatever. I'm like, okay, they're crocs.
I mean, I'm sure there's been some studies done.
They need to do it more than doing it on dogs. That's just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they die from hunger or disease, not old age. I bet that disease shit gets them a lot. They're not swimming in no clean water.
No, and I'm sure they get lots of injuries when they're like from each other or from the other
Yeah,
animals
isn't that
they're
how they
around.
mate? Like they bite
The
their
same as
tail or
sharks.
some shit.
I don't
and
know
then,
about crocodiles, but I know like you've seen the videos where like a croc tries to get a leopard or whatever and they attack them and I mean they get bit and hippos are ruthless.
hippos are the most dangerous ones.
Right. So I mean there's lots of things that could injure them that could cause infections. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about crocodiles really.
That's crazy though, because like Gila or the Gila monsters, like
Gila.
the big fucking Godzilla ones.
Yeah,
What are
they're
those?
big. They're big. Gila monsters are big.
Is that the ones I'm thinking of though? The ones that have
They're on land.
yeah, and they don't necessarily they kill you by biting. They bite their prey and then
Yes.
they let it go.
Right.
And the bacteria
infection kills.
killed it. That's a Gila. It was a Gila
I
monster.
think so. I don't know. Lots of, I mean, reptiles in general they carry like salmonella on theirs. So like
Do you
they're
think they
just
die of disease? Like
probably,
considering that they like are harbingers of fucking
probably.
multiple strains of
I
bacteria.
don't know. I'm not a veterinarian either. You're asking me a lot of animal questions.
I don't know. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you about fucking.
I don't know
reptiles,
about
how they age and shit.
reptiles much. I mean, I like some of them, but I've never been like,
That's how I feel about
let's
reptiles.
go get them.
Yeah, like let's go get them, or let's go get them.
So I used to be that way with snakes.
Yeah,
Like
you're
they were
into snakes now.
I know. Well, before it was, if I didn't know what kind it was, or if it was around my children, it was like venomous and let's kill it.
Okay.
So, but then we moved here and you weren't here. You were deployed and I found a snake skin outside of like right next to our fence. So I started like looking up what kind of snakes we have here because I didn't know. I grew up in Kansas. And then I joined a Facebook group about snake identification.
How it all begins.
And I learned how to identify snakes. And now I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Let it go. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Oh, that's a venomous one. We shouldn't try to kill it because it'll probably bite us. And that's how most people die. And that's stupid. And that makes sense. So spray it with a water hose. Let it move on its way.
I have not come across a venomous one.
Yes, you have. It's dead, though.
What? The one down there was?
No, not down here. On the other block a couple of years ago when you were walking, you sent me a picture and I was like, I told you that was one of the rattlesnakes.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And
'Cause
I've seen multiple rattlesnakes dead.
Yeah, I haven't seen him here. I've seen him
No, I have here.
back in Oklahoma and shit. But
No, I have here.
yeah, I haven't. I don't be fucking around
Most
where
of
they
them
be
are
fucking around. Where you fucking around with rattlesnakes at?
They're on the road.
Oh, you're swerving, trying to hit them. Oh, they're rattlesnakes. They're mean, aren't they?
I did swerve to try to hit a snake in the Walmart parking lot once here.
Yeah.
Because somebody had already hit it and it was still moving and I felt really bad for it and I tried to hit it to kill it.
So you just like end up just injuring it more.
I was just trying to like end its suffering. It was very sad.
Oh, I'm sure some bird came down and snatched that the fuck up. Like soon.
No.
I was worried about that with our little guests on the
Yeah,
front porch
no.
this morning. Wake up, 3 fucking kittens hanging out. I was all worried about that because there's no fucking way we're bringing in any more animals into this house.
No.
We've got
4 dogs, 3 cats, and 2 fish.
Yeah. And then, I mean, count me. I'm a fucking animal because I'm pretty much one of the dogs. We do the same, like we hang out, we eat. The only difference is I shit inside. They shit outside. Sometimes I piss outside, so.
You do laundry, though.
Yeah, and I have bums.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it's just I'm a dog. I'm just a big dog that does the tree.
You do bark a lot.
Yeah, I do. I'll take that shot from you. Do you remember Oprah's famous "You get a car, you get a car"?
Yes, Chris.
Yeah. She gave away 276 cars. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
At a total cost of 7.6 million, which I'm sure she was able to just write off.
Oh yeah. She didn't pay for those cars.
Yeah, no way. And many of the recipients sent in complaints. Did you know this? To
Why?
the show, as they had all been charged a $6,000 to $7,000 tax.
Wow.
Of course, yeah, you still have to. You gotta.
I mean, it depends on what year it was. So if it was like the very beginning when she first started doing that, that was probably the price of the car.
I think they were like Corollas or some shit.
Yeah, she did different
But-
kinds. She did like a Pontiac G6 when they were popular.
That's what I drove on when I was recruiting. You're just so stupid. I got rid of my Dodge Stratus for a Pontiac G6.
Really?
Yeah. You don't remember that in recruiting? Yeah.
Are you talking about like the government car?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't make that.
No, I do remember you driving one of them once, but that's the only time I ever saw one.
So yeah. I always knew that. Like I remember growing up watching fucking Wheel of Fortune and shit with mom and dad, mostly mom. But, when people win cars, I'm like, that's so awesome. They get a free car. And I got it's not free. You still got to pay for this,
Yeah.
this, and this. And if you're not ready for that, that's a burden. That's what that is.
Yep.
It was like,
She's right though. Like I remember hearing the same thing when it came to Price is Right. Like I remember like reading about complaints from the people like because you'd have to either like drive it home after you paid the taxes on it, or you'd have to pay to have it shipped, which was more than the cost of the vehicle. Like it was
Like all of a sudden you're stuck with a fucking vehicle that now you have to pay for.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
and you got to even like you have to pay the taxes on it before you can sell it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can't just be like, I don't want it. Or I guess you can refuse it, right? But then
know.
you get
I
nothing,
don't know. I feel like that's like wouldn't that be a breach of contract? Because on the show,
right? Like you
I
can't
don't-
be
I
like,
don't
can
know.
you just give me how much it's worth in cash? That's not how it works because then they don't get to use it as a write off the debt.
right?
You remember the old Wheel of Fortune? That's how they used to do it. Really cool. Like as soon as they won the money, they got to like buy things. No, I don't. It was like if you solved a puzzle, whatever money you won during that puzzle solving, they would like, okay, and you go to like this prize thing, and the camera would pan across, and there'll be like washer and dryer sets like on the stage,
I
and
don't
they'll have
remember
like
that at all.
they had the person's head, like in little Brady bunched up in the top corner, and they would
Hmm.
spend their money. They'd be like, okay, I'll buy the dryer, I'll buy the silverware set or whatever. Yeah, and
No.
they'd have to spend their money.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was really cool. That's the way they should do it. They should go
Huh.
back to doing it that way.
But then you still probably got to pay taxes on that stuff.
You just did. You spent your money on it. Now it's yours. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of that works.
So.
I do like watching the games.
they are, dude. I remember the what was it? What was the no whammies one? Something bad? No.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Had the little monster
Yep.
thingies that would like giggle and go across
They had
the
the little
screen.
cartoon come out and they
Yeah.
would like smash each other
Yeah.
like a cartoon. That was the
Yeah.
best part of the whole
Yeah.
fucking game. Watching it as a
I
kid,
don't remember the name of that show, but I loved that show.
that's gonna bother me. I
I
just
guess
had it
that
up
was
my head.
geared towards parents could watch it with their kids. It would keep their kids entertained too.
Yeah, I just remember no whammies, no whammies,
Yeah.
no whammies, bing, and they have to hit
Yeah.
because the lights are going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to hear the little laughter, the cackle from the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think somebody figured that game out and went on there and like they figured out the pattern,
Right.
like that it was going in, and
That
then,
sounds like the
yeah,
story I've heard.
and they never hit a whammy, and they were like kicking ass or some shit. I mean, because all those old games were all like old easy algorithms, like Pac-Man and shit like that. You ever seen the movie Pixels? They talk about it. It's all fucking patterns. That's
a
why I
good
like
movie.
the smart kids, like the autistic kids now that like play video games. They see it differently.
Yeah.
Like I see it like I'm like playing, having fun. They're like, no, I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. It's just weird. So, way to go. we got time for a couple more stories.
Okay.
This one seems kind of relevant because we just got a new pope. What's up? Hit me up, bro. A Catholic monk once wrote an angry letter to the cardinals during a 2-year papal election. So 2 years they had the black smoke going.
Wow.
God, can you imagine how fucking nuts the people would be going now if they did that? This was like 2 days and people were like, when are we going to get a new? Fucking freaking out. Anyway, so this guy,
I didn't know there were Catholic monk.
yeah,
No, I never knew.
they made whiskey in Ireland. Upon receiving his letter, they quickly decided to elect him as pope. They got this letter and they're like, all right, you're pope.
Oh my God.
Yep. So, despite attempting to flee from the election, he accepted the position under pressure. Wow, that just doesn't seem right by any means. One of his new actions as pope was to decree that popes could resign, and he did so just 1 week later.
Wow.
He's like, now fuck you guys. I got the power. I make the rules. I made a rule. I'm out.
Wow.
new guy
But
can
his
change it.
whole complaint was that they hadn't elected one, right?
I mean, I guess so, because, yeah, he was angry that it just said it was during.
Here.
Yeah, so maybe he was upset that they haven't picked one out yet, but I mean, that seemed all fucking pointless.
Yeah. Right? Like, why would... Interesting. But still, I never knew there were Catholic monks. That seems very odd.
See, I want to win. Hold on. Couple popes ago, didn't one of them retire? And it was like, oh, popes are supposed to stay until they die.
I know. I only know of, what was it, John Paul? He's like the main one that I know.
Because he was the one coming up when we
were young.
And he was like super
And he was
cool.
everywhere. And he was there for a long time.
Everyone liked him. I think I met him. Didn't meet him, but
I saw him.
Yeah, in Denver, 1993. What's up?
But
Cherry Creek State Park.
For a very long time. Like, the last couple have died relatively
old.
I mean,
I think
they
one
weren't.
resigned. One retired.
Oh.
And I thought there was like a whole big people talking like this
don't-
is the first time that's ever happened, but apparently not. This old ass Catholic monk did it. And it was good to go.
You know, we have monks that live here, right?
Do we really?
Buddhist.
Oh, okay. I think they're like kind of everywhere now. Are they like real Buddhist monks, or are they like...
No, they have like a whole temple, and they don't, like, some of them don't speak.
What that is?
Yeah.
I've always wondered. I thought it was like some Chinese restaurant. I wanted to pull in there and
It's
eat.
a temple.
Oh, I bet they got great egg
It's a
rolls.
temple. I've seen them in Walmart before.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Orange cloth and everything? Is it thick cloth?
Looks like it. I didn't touch it or anything.
I would have like
No.
done one of that on the back of their head. Not like actually touched them, but I bet I would have been like...
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Okay.
That sounds
That'd
like
be
something
fun.
you would actually do.
He turned around, I'm like... That was so much fun.
Progressive.
Very progressive.
No.
Oh.
No, is that progressive?
Yeah. Yeah. They got the two different kinds of commercials.
Okay.
They got the ones with Flo, and then they got the ones with the guy that you think like trains people like me.
Yes.
That I do no shit. Yeah. Yeah. So last topic, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
Did you know that any alcohol less than 10% was considered a soft drink in Russia till 2011? You wonder why your government collapsed. I mean, we didn't have to do anything to them. You just let them fucking drink themselves to death. A 10% beer here is like a fucking IPA.
Yeah. And
Soft drinks.
soft
Children
drinks. That
can
was a
have
soda.
soft drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a Russian's probably the only person that could probably outdrink me.
I want to do some research and figure out how many instances of fetal alcohol syndrome. There probably isn't any research because they probably didn't study it.
Yeah, they don't have the money for that. The babies come out cold and dead, and they just toss them in the freaking, what is that river?
Or
Moscow.
something wrong with them.
Yeah. Well, they're Russian. They're born wrong.
So 10% was considered, less than 10% was considered a soft drink.
Yeah. Up until 2011. Wow. They're finally they're slowly trying to come out of this alcoholic haze. And they're like, oh, fuck, we need to go beat up Ukraine.
Okay. But I mean, probably not that many people were drinking. I mean, I don't think they have a lot of beer. I think it was all like vodka and water. I mean,
Yeah, they are more of a.
so if it wasn't vodka, then yeah, okay, anybody can drink it.
Yeah, that's probably how they look down on. They look
like kind of like wine and like wine in other countries like France, and I mean everybody drinks wine.
Yeah.
So
but wine is weak.
I mean less than 10%.
Well, I guess.
So if you're gonna let children drink wine.
Yeah. Also, I immediately think about it like I'm having 12. But there are people who drink fucking Coke and Dr. Pepper and shit like that. Like they'll have a 12-pack of that a day.
And they're probably obese.
Probably. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. I was into it for a while. I'm glad you got me out of it.
A lot of alcohol, a lot of sugar.
Remember my fridge in Qatar? I filled it up with Dr. Peppers because I'd steal it from I didn't steal it, but Qatar was not even real deployment. It was that Air Force base I was on, and it had all the pleasantries.
You were in dorms.
Yeah.
Literal dorms.
Yeah. It was this big cement frickin' building that you walked into, and it was all air conditioned most of the time. When those fucking air conditioners went out, watch the fuck out. It sucked bad.
You had your own bathroom?
No, you had to share it.
Oh, share with
which is one other person, though.
Right.
I had my own room.
Yeah.
TV. They had the on-base fucking movie channel that was somebody's laptop with a fucking, what is the biggest bite that you can get? One of those on there. And they would just randomly play movies. And it was crazy because it was an international, there's international people. There's a bunch of party with the Aussies and shit like that on there. Sometimes they would come across, scared me when this happened. I woke up in the middle of the night, TV on that channel, and it's playing the new Total Recall, but it's in Russian. I was I kind of I didn't know if I didn't know if it was sleep shit. I was like, is that Colin Farrell speaking Russian right now? Oh, fuck, the base has been taken over. Something, I don't know. It was in some hay.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
I woke up then.
Yeah. And the Qatari, I don't have my weapon with me. It's in a fucking,
it's just not with you.
Yeah. So oh, what the fuck? And so I sat there and watched it. And then finally
found me in here, so I'll just sit here and listen to Russian.
Somebody must have complained because the movie didn't get all the way through. It got shut off, and then you could see the little mouse go up and down on the screen on your TV, and they can pick a different movie. Yeah.
Who had that job?
Some fucking airman somewhere just dicking around. That's probably his only damn job out there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good for them.
Right?
Well, babe, I've taken up enough of your time. And I may be doing another podcast later for the freakness with KJ. We'll see. I don't know if he's back from Santa Barbara.
Oh, is it going to be raining again for this one?
I don't know. I got to look into it. Yeah.
I can't watch another
sloppy run.
I can't do it. I won't do it. It's scary.
I have a story about that I'm going to bring up in the podcast with KJ.
I cannot. Just
like
I will.
It happened.
I will never go to. I know it happened. And I will never, that's why I couldn't watch last time. I had to turn around.
It didn't happen then, though.
I know. But I'm saying racing horses is dangerous and cruel, in my opinion. And especially if the track is a muddy damn mess. Horses can fall.
They can.
And I will never go to another prison rodeo. Oklahoma still does that shit. And I think it's the most inhumane, horrible thing I've ever seen.
Oh, my God. We're going to get into that next episode.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Like, comment, subscribe, you guys. I can go more on the mic.